In yesterday's gospel, we had the story of the healing of a leper, and today we have Jesus healing a paralyzed man. It's another one of my favorite healing stories because in it, Jesus gives us a clear sense of his priorities. Hello, I'm Father James Kubicki, and before I get into those priorities, I have a question for you. If you found out that you had cancer, and also that there was someone who could take that cancer away, how fast would you go to get to that miracle worker? You can just imagine how the crowds of people who were sick or disabled tried to get to Jesus as fast as possible, so much so that today's gospel says there wasn't even any room in the house where Jesus was preaching to them. And so the paralyzed man is carried to the roof and then lowered down by his 4 friends. But Jesus doesn't heal his paralysis right away. First, he heals his soul by telling him, "Child, your sins are forgiven." See, this is where Jesus shows us his priorities. For Jesus, the illness of the soul, or sin, is worse than paralysis or sickness of the body. And so he forgives the man's sins first before healing his body. Now, how about that question I asked you? If you knew you had cancer and that there was someone who could heal you, wouldn't you get to him as quickly as possible? But do you have the same priorities as Jesus? What about soul sickness? What about the cancer of the soul that's known as sin? Jesus can heal you of that in the sacrament of reconciliation. Is it as important to you to be healed of soul cancer as it would be to be healed of cancer in your body? Do you go as fast as you can to the sacrament that heals your spiritual sickness? Are your priorities the same as Jesus?